2, 1.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to Coaching from the Couch live from 87 TV Network. Hey, listen, last week I was so tired, I didn't even tell y'all where I was. You were just looking at me. Like, it does look different where she is. So listen, I am down at the wharf at 87 TV Network now. So this is where you will find me from here on out. And in the studio, I have Sabrina and Joy. They're here with me like they always are. And we also have Gerard McNeil, owner of 87 TV Network. I told him before the show started, you're going to have to get used to our craziness. And if you watched the video beforehand, I told everyone that I was off the keto coffee. So I feel like gliding clean across the wharf. But at the same token, if you hear anyone laughing or commenting on my funny or not so funny jokes, it's them. It is them. So listen, we moved the show up 30 minutes so that we could do a special edition preseason Redskins game 1. Oh my gosh. I'm just so excited. I don't know what to do. We had to do a special edition because we didn't want to interfere with the official Redskins game coverage, which I hope all Redskins fans are going to be tuned into in just a few. But of course, we still have to do what's right and follow protocol because CWall Sports and Entertainment is an all DC, all DMV sports show. So, I have to share with you all, especially because one of our awesome team members, Davin, you're going to hear me talk about Davin all the time. So, hey, Davin, you're going to hear me talk about her all the time because she, in the last couple weeks, has just been so pivotal in making sure all this great content gets to you guys. So, I'm going to get to as much of it as I possibly can. Want to say hello to everybody joining us online. Judith, if you are online, hello, Miss Judith. I didn't catch you last week, so I caught you this week for sure. Gotta say what's up to John Adams. I always gotta say what's up to my mama because my mother watches every single show. And everyone else that's joining in, welcome. So let's get started. First up, because Joy already called it, in a hating format, I just like to tell everybody that I'm going to talk about the Nats first. Okay? So the Nats have been looking a little shaky, right? But this week, they're back on the up and up. They've had their 2 games against the Giants, 5-3 victory Tuesday, 4-0 win on Monday. That secured their series win. So that's a great job by the Nats. They are taking on the Mets tomorrow. They are still down about 6 games from the Braves. They sit at second place in the National League East. So they can most certainly still take a run for it, for sure. Max Scherzer is expected to be out until August 13th, and Ryan Zimmerman is still out until August 22nd. They got quite a few players on the injured list, but I wanted to shout those 2 out so that you all know. Please do not forget about the promo. Sign the kids up for the Nats, the Junior Nats Kids Club. Kids 12 and under eat free. That's a good promo. I keep trying to tell y'all. Don't miss that deal. Okay? I'm going to move on to the Mystics, who are playing right now. They are taking on the Indiana Fever. They are looking somewhat good. I'm checking some things out here. Elena Del Don, what would we do without her? Christy Tolliver, also playing very strong. The team is second in the Eastern Conference Division, still behind the Connecticut Sun. The Connecticut Sun has been holding on to that first place position for quite some time now. So let's see how they do tonight. Hopefully it comes out in a W. Please do not forget the Mystics versus Seattle Storm game on August the 14th. That game, the first 2,000 fans will get a free Elena Del Don bobblehead. People love bobbleheads. That's why I had to say something. People like bobbleheads. I do. So if you go get one. I'm getting one, but if I'm there, what is that, August 14th? I'll check my calendar afterward. But yes, get a bobblehead, please. Also, promo code tickets. The promo code for the tickets through Ticketmaster. Use code forward8. The number 8. Forward, the word forward in all caps, and the number 8. Okay? So that's what we're going to go toward. Other DC sports updates. At the beginning of the week, was quite a surprise. The DC United, they have announced Wayne Rooney is leaving us. I'm like, where did this come from? But it looks like he's going back to join. He's going to England. He's going to join the English Championship side, Derby County, in a player coach role in January. Man, I hate to see him go. I truly, truly, truly hate to see him go. So, oh well. All good things must come to an end is what they say, and that is what has happened when it comes to that. I'm really disappointed by that, though. I like Wayne Rooney a lot. We're going to talk about that a little bit more at another time. But he's going back, and he's also taking a pay cut. So he must really want to go back. He's taking a pay cut. The Wizards. Got to talk about the Wizards briefly. They have hired another LA Clippers executive, Mike Simpson. His role is the vice president of player performance for Monumental Basketball. So that's the Wizards, the Mystics, and the G League, Capital City Go-Go. Okay, so welcome to Mike. The Wizards beefing up their front office. Straight up, they're beefing up their front office. Some of the things that Simpson is credited for is implementing a system where the players wear a GPS trackers to evaluate their workload. So, a lot of technology, things that are very cool, also things that can assess like load management, things of that nature. So, hey, welcome. A lot of fancy things. They're quietly making moves. The moves are not all of that sexy, so to speak, but they are definitely making some moves for sure. Good ones, powerful ones. We got some good people in our front office. Let's see what else that they do. Very disappointing news, at least in my opinion, coming out of Maryland Terps football. Sophomore wide receiver Ja'Shawn Jones tore his ACL in practice. Training camp practice just started. Tore his ACL. He's out for the 2019 season. He had a spectacular season and was actually one of my personal favorites on the team last year. Last year, he recorded 288 receiving yards, the second highest mark on the team and the most among the returning players. He also had 173 rushing yards and averaged 9.6 yards per carry. Awesome year. And was looking forward to him having just even more this year. So I'm sure he's very disappointed. I know I am disappointed for him. But what can you say? What can you say? I'm going to move on to the Redskins. Because that is why we're here 30 minutes early.
That is why we're here.
That is why we're here 30 minutes early. Did y'all hear how I got all serious?
Absolutely.
Really would like to just freak out. So listen. And I'm looking and I'm seeing all of the comments here. Oh, thank you, Cameron, for mentioning before we go forward. Cameron is absolutely right. The NBA schedule comes out on Monday. So make sure you are looking out for that. I believe it's Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern. So be on the lookout for that for sure. Be on the lookout. Rhonda Rose online. Hey, Cameron. I think I see the rally captain online. So you already know. The rally captain is online. That means it's time to talk Redskins. Okay, that's my cue. That's my cue. No turning back now. No turning back now, guys. Okay. Today, I published the first article of the season from CWall Redskins writer Sherrod, the originator, Oliphant. who had a birthday yesterday, so everyone has to tell him happy birthday, although technically it's next. I told him happy birthday yesterday, but I'm just saying it on air, right? And Sherrod put together a great article. Please check it out on the page or the website www.CWall.com to see his thoughts on what needs to happen during the preseason and what the coaches and what folks are really looking at. What is the importance of preseason? Because we've always heard folks say, like, basically, who cares about preseason? Nobody cares. What are we even doing this for, right? But Sherrod goes into some detail about the importance of preseason. And so I want to share and highlight some of the things that Sherrod spoke about in his article to highlight that for you all, but also please go and read it as well, for sure, because it's an excellent article, and I'm not just saying that because he's part of the CWall team. I'm saying it because I mean it. But first things first, everyone is excited. Every one of those guys on the teams out there is trying to get a spot on the 53-man roster. And these 4 preseason games are an opportunity for them to highlight their skill sets, show what they've learned in training camp. It's an opportunity for the coaches to really understand what they have from a talent perspective, and really an opportunity to correct mistakes, right? So it's kind of like at the end of preseason, what should happen. Because here's the thing. Well, sometimes depending, but this is just my thought, right? You can go 0-4 in preseason, okay. But those glaring issues that were seen in preseason should be corrected, should be improved upon for week 1 and beyond. So that is the key thing to be thinking about in preseason. Really seeing what we have, give an opportunity for the younger players to really get some action out there and really understand the pace of the game, because the game is much faster in the NFL than on the collegiate level. So it's exciting. It's a time to prove themselves. I'm sure it's very nerve-wracking as well. Key thing that we have to remember at the top of our minds is that we just want everybody to get out of this thing healthy. Can we get out of preseason injury free? Please. Please. Last year, we did not get out of the preseason injury free. It's the very first game. Running back Darius Geis has a season-ending injury. So we just got to hope things like that don't go down. I think wide receiver Cam Sims went down in preseason last year. And just all the aggravating things start to happen. So first things first, let's hope we can get out injury-free. Let's hope for that, first and foremost. Let's talk quarterbacks. So tonight, Colt is not playing. I don't think, it's a couple different things, right? Because everyone was up in arms about the unofficial depth chart that came out on Sunday. And, Coach Jay Gruden said very publicly, we just had to give a chart. So we put everybody's name down, and this is your chart. Here you go, right? But then there's the reality that Colt McCoy knows the system the best out of all of the quarterbacks. That's the truth. I mean, as he should, right? But another reality is Colt is not 100%. He's not 100% healthy. And that is more along the lines where I am as to why they did not, or why he's not playing tonight. It's the first preseason game. He doesn't need that work per se. Everybody should get out there at least for a snap or 2, or 3 maybe. But 2 to 3 is good for your known starters. But he's out, and that's not a shock per se. That's not a shock. So we're going to move on from the quarterbacks, it would be great. See, Case Keenum, remember, wasn't it last year when Case Keenum, he was with the Denver Broncos. They came here during preseason and lit the Redskins defense up. I mean, it was preseason game, but we've seen what Case can do. We know that. So this is a huge opportunity for Dwayne to get a feel for the league, get a feel for what it's like playing out there under those lights, and just being ready. Being ready. There's so much to be said about being ready. So here's 4 opportunities to do that. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing that. And just seeing how he does. Just seeing how he does, how he acclimates. I think it'll be rather exciting. So we'll see about that. Going to the running backs. Adrian Peterson, everybody has to practice. But he don't have to play. Everybody has to, like I said, they gotta get out there for a few carries, right? But here's an opportunity, a name that nobody wants me to probably say out loud, but I'm going to say it because it seems that Coach Jay Gruden loves him immensely, is Samaje Perine. Because last year he had a tremendous camp, but then he got into the preseason games, and here we are fumbling the football. So this is an opportunity for him. It's an opportunity for guys like Byron Marshall as well to practice. I have not seen, because I'm here with you guys, so I have not seen if Geis will be playing tonight. It'd be great for him to get out there if he was to be playing. Chris Thompson as well, because we know that Chris has had his share of challenges. But I really, really want to keep my eye on Samaje Perine this preseason and see how he does. And just please practicing holding the football. Could you please?
Hater.
I mean, I'm not no hater. I'm just saying, not on him. Hold the football. Is that too much to ask? At any rate. So, what else can I say? I wanted to say something else about Samaje Perine. Maybe I'll come back to it in a moment. Let's move on. The tight ends, they are who they are, right? We know who the tight ends are. You'll get, Jordan Reed. Nobody wants to hear me say it. Nobody wants to talk about it. Please let him stay healthy. He's having a tremendous camp. I know that people are tired of hearing it. They don't want to get excited about it. I understand that. But he is having a fabulous camp. Vernon Davis is still looking as reliable as he always has been. Jeremy Sprinkle, he's leveling up as well. Opportunity for J.P. Holtz and Matt Flanagan. Still, some of these guys, we know they're going to end up on the practice team. We know they're not going to make the team. But still, you want to see, even for me, want to see guys like Jeremy Sprinkle, even though we know he may make the team. I want to see how he's improved, because I think he could be a key differentiator in that position group. I liked J.P. Holtz last year. I think my guy Bernard Plummer, he and I were probably the only 2 people that liked him. But, he's very resourceful, and he blocks very well. I like him. And Matt Flanagan is always a guy that's around as well. And so it'll be exciting to see how they progress as preseason goes on. From the offensive, that's I really got to get to, and I don't even know if we're going to be able to cover both sides of the football today, which is fine. But the offensive line needs as much help as they can get. They need as much work. This is practice. This is like practicing against another team, but they're actually going through the real live motions. Think of it as like auditioning the dress rehearsal for a play. You get 4 dress rehearsals, right? So this is a prime opportunity. Now, if I read my updates correctly, quite a few Cleveland Brown defensive linemen will not be playing tonight due to injury. So that's kind of like, tag, you want the second team to kind of get some work out, real work out there. But I think any work is good work. this is an opportunity to really see and for these guys to recognize, okay, this is what it's like. We got a lot of young blood on that offensive line. So this is good. This is good. I don't want to be closing my eyes watching the game in a few, but great dress rehearsal because they absolutely need the practice. The wide receiver group. This is a group to be excited about, everybody. This is a group that has talent across the board. Am I still in a place where it's like, okay, this is our number one receiver. This is that. No. I still don't necessarily feel that way. But this is a time for these guys to prove, that they belong on this team. You got guys like Trey Quinn and Paul Richardson that they're kind of like, they're going to be there. Right? But then you have the Terry McLaurens who have been... Brian Quick he's still there. He's sticking around, isn't he? That's another one that Coach Jay Gruden likes a lot, right? And so community. Because I'm calling them a community, and I'm like, they are for sure much better than they were previously. We know Mason Foster was dismissed right before training camp started, and I will tell you, I can see why. I can totally see why. So it's a good group. That's a good group. They have improved overall in what they have. John Bostic, can't say enough about him. I spent some time, with a one-on-one interview with him. Very nice guy, and is able to pick up the language quickly. He's just been on point. Sean Dion Hamilton, of course, the rookie Cole Holcomb. They love Cole. And then there's also Josh Harvey Clemens as well, who are slated as backups. And they look the part, and they've absolutely been operating the part as well. So before we close out, I also want to talk through the defensive backs, because we almost at our time here soon. The DBs, for sure, look better than me. They look better. And people know I love myself some DJ Spurringer. But at the end of the day, Landon Collins, to me, makes that whole entire position group better. He just makes the whole between the safeties and the corners. He just brings another fire lit under that group for sure. So look for some good things from them. For sure, look for some good things from that defensive back group. I'm excited to see. I mentioned this name last week in my dark horse conversation of Monte Nicholson. I'm still going to talk about Monte and his ability. He's just been laser focused this year. It's extraordinary to watch. He has a lot of great energy. He looks stronger. He looks faster. He's just right where he's supposed to be. I'm excited for Monte and hoping that he has, a comeback season, because at one point Monte was not looked at as all that good at all, numbers wise across the league. So I'm looking to see what he's going to bring and how he's going to continue to show up. Because he's been showing up to practice every day, giving it his best. I'm going to tell you who I haven't seen at the safety position, and I almost didn't remember anything, was Troy Atki. I almost forgot he was on the team, and that's not good. Troy needs to do a little bit better. He needs to do a little bit better on that side of the house, because you don't want people to forget about you. That's the key. You don't want people to forget about you. He for sure has a spot, hopefully, on, special teams. But maybe one or two times I saw him. But other than that, I didn't know where he was. I didn't know where he was. It all went away there with Troy Atki. I wasn't feeling him too tight. So we'll see. We will see. It's almost time. It's definitely almost time. We got tonight, and then they're all on Thursday nights, the Redskins preseason games. They got 4. Count them off. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 opportunities to show and to prove that they belong in the burgundy and gold. And the coaches had those 4 opportunities to see the talent that they have and to see where they need to improve and get better, because there's always areas and room for improvement and before they get ready. Because I'm going to keep saying it until y'all get tired of hearing me say it, that them first few games is rough. Okay? Big games, all in the month of September. Could be in the hole by the beginning of October. So these are must win now situations. And I can't wait. I'm excited. So guess what, you guys? We are a little after 7:30, and I want everybody to tune in. All Redskins fans, please tune in and get a dose, get a taste of what the team could potentially have to offer this season. So next week, Redskins preseason game is here at FedEx Field. So chances are that's where I'll be. So I'll make an announcement on the page. Make sure you're following the page so we'll know where we are next week. Because, right now during preseason, we just going week to week. We don't know where we are. But as long as we know that we can be here with you. All right? So I will see you all next time.
You're not on the field, court, or ice. You're on the couch. From PG to DC, this is Coaching from the Couch with your host, CWall. Delivering coverage for all DC sports teams from the hometown perspective. Nats, Skins, Mystics, DC United, Washington Wizards, Caps, Bowie State.
My name's CWall, I'm a PG girl. Down for my skins, I don't know if you heard. If you like watching sports, then I am your girl. Sit down on the couch if you not on the field. Cold on the ice, pick any sport that you want. Know that I cover it tight. What would you like? From baseball to football and more. The list can go on the whole night. Big shouts out to my HBCU fam. Never forget who I am through the wins and the losses, the highs and the lows. We gotta stay strong, so I stay 10 toes. Make the competition back. The way I kick it make them mad, man. CWall and we live and direct. Sit back on the couch and relax. Come on.
You here with your boy Anthony Peterson, and I'm on the all-new A7 TV network, so please check it out at all, because it's coming.
Oh yeah, you got me on 87 TV network, live and in living color, DC. Y'all keep that shit poppin'.
You already know what it is, Magic Man Chico Bean just got finished doing a great show here at the Griffin in the new DC. But I got to give a shout out to 87 TV Network, man. They doing their thing. Make sure you support them. Make sure you show them some love, man. Yeah.